Excuse me. Chrissy knows it all. Yo. I didn't think this. I didn't think this book was probably going to be as big as Spare, but the book is good. I'm not supposed to have any cats in here. I don't. No cats, right? I keep the door shut. No cats, because they won't leave me alone. And I'm sitting here waiting to go live, and I hear a noise that is odd. And I'm like, where's that coming from? A cat in here. Francis, how did you get in here? Mm, there we go. How did you get in here, by under a Christmas tree? You're under the Christmas tree, which will now be the Easter tree. Oh well. Hey, Pooja, hello.
In like a cool way.
How are you? I'm good. I'm really good. I'm having a good Sunday. How about you? I did some more reading today. I had not gotten, let me show you where I've gotten. Hold on. I mean, I like to show you this way, but shoot. Anyway, just today, if you're not reading this book, Pooja, and if you are, I just today got to them being found. Hey, Squirrel Gang. I just got to them being found dead. And what a build up. You're a chiropractic from India. Well, welcome, 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 welcome. Let me put it back up here. Here we go. We're waiting for people to get in here because I want to know what they think of this book. I want to know. I gotta hook this up too. Hold on. I'm being a little bipolar. I'm not bipolar, but ADD right now. Um, I don't generally crack joints. I smoke them. That's a lie. I don't smoke joints. At my age, I can't afford to crack anything. It might be a bone. Tally, how you doing, my love? On this fine Sunday. On this fine Sunday. I don't crack anything. Listen, I creak on my own. I don't have to attempt to do it. I'm 54. My body cracks on its own when I don't want it to, and in places that I didn't know could crack. So I don't crack on purpose. I'm old. I might break a hip. But I do crack on this side where I had the bursitis thing removed. Hey Aaron. And that thing, if I go to reach to do something, it pops and cracks like Jiffy Pop. I'm like, what is that? Are you doing good, Aaron? Squirrel Gang, Tally. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. They just started the race up in over down there in Georgia, in Atlanta. They just started the NASCAR race right before I came down here. So I am I'm missing some of that. That's fine though, because I want to talk about this book, and then we might talk about anything else. I will say this to y'all: you do live for a long time. Yeah, I'll definitely try that. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate your concern over my joints, and I will absolutely attempt to do so. But I do have a pinched nerve. I think it's what it's called, C6, C6. Anyway, and I take medication daily for it because to fix it, they're going to have to go through the front of my neck to get to where it's pinched, and I will not let them do that. Well, Tally, I never read a Truman Capote book. Love Breakfast at Tiffany's. You know, everybody, I think a lot of people love the idea of Breakfast at Tiffany's and maybe have never seen the movie, but just the iconic looks that, from the movie. The story is actually pretty not Brex, I mean, they made a really washed down version of Breakfast at Tiffany's. And of course, Truman Capote wrote that. So I'd never read a Truman Capote. Heels in the Air suggested it. And I thought, yes, let's do it. Let's stick with the true crime, because that's kind of what we like to do now. And I have been so impressed with this. This was written in 1965. I wasn't born yet. And I've had to break out the dictionary on some of the words that Mr. Capote used, and I love that. I've had to go. I'll have my, depending on where I am, book, my phone, and a dictionary. So I know I can do it in my phone, but it's just easier. So I've learned some new words that I will put in the repertoire. Hey, Vicky, my love. So yeah, I've learned some new words. The way Truman Capote has set this story, I do too. Squirrel Gang. I love a child. I love seeing a word I don't know. The way he has, and obviously I'm on page 73. All right. Because like I said, I put in a post before, I spend the mornings down here doing Thelma Todd for the next accident, suicide, or murder. Sorry. So and from the last time I read a book on Thelma till now, there's a lot of new stuff I does not know about. But hold on. I had this book that I ordered. Hey, Dorothy, a while back, and I found it. And this is basically, I'm just going to do a little selfless promoting while we're waiting on people to get here. So the chapters in this book are Monday morning, and that's when Thelma Todd was found on a Monday morning. And then it goes, Queen of the Lot. Then it goes Monday afternoon. Then it's Tuesday. I'm at the chapters. Then we're on Wednesday. And so this deals with a lot of stuff after the murder, not before the murder. I do, so I'm literally reading one book in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry, Dorothy. Yeah, it's the weather. It's exactly what it is. And then after like 12 or 1, I pick this up and I go to pick up my daughter, and I go an hour early and I read it. And then if I'm lucky, I get another hour in the afternoon to do it. And then if I'm really lucky, I get 3 hours. So, I'm not plowing through both of them. That's probably what. And then I want to do, God, I load my plate up, but I want to do something like talk about Wallace Simpson, and I want to talk about, all these American heiresses that, Barbara Hutton, Doris Duke, my favorite one, even Gloria Vanderbilt, those women were hey, Destiny, were so interesting. So I keep on loading myself up, but hold on, my husband has sent me a picture, and it best not be nasty. Oh, it's not. It's not. He didn't come home last night. He worked a dance at the Rueton Club. My husband has to go in. He leaves here at 3:30, and he punches into his job at 4 a.m. and he gets off at 4:30. Well, he worked a dance last night at the local Rueton Club because he's the vice president. And instead of coming all the way home, he just goes straight back to work, punches in, well, not punch in, but goes to sleep there. Yeah, I'm reading 2 books at once, Tally Girl. I am. It's hard. You would love that, Vicky. Thank you so much. Because these women are so interesting. The heiresses who had, I mean, each one of them was called the richest little girl in the world, and they were. They also, Barbara Hutton and Doris Duke, kinda, they were, they were in the same age group. So, hey, Flash. So they did a lot of, you know, they did a lot of, they married the same man. Actually, the second with Barbara Hutton and Doris Duke. Doris Duke, her father is he left a big chunk of money to a little college in North Carolina that was renamed Duke University. So that's why I'm such a Duke fan. Not because of anything, just because I'm. But I have a lot of interest. I'm putting this in here. Hold on. There. Sorry. So anyway, getting back to Truman Capote, and like I said, you don't have to have read it, or you don't have to read it. I suggest you do if you can find the time. Hey, Carrie, my sweet Gloria, yeah, Mae West. Listen, Gloria Swanson. I have her autobiography here too, and I've got Mary Pickford's here. I don't have Mae West yet, and I'll tell you, when with Mary Pickford, the biography that I chose to read, I am so overloaded with every single play she was in as a child and where it was and all that I can't get to. She wasn't even in Hollywood yet, and I'd read about 200 pages of it. Seriously. And I just had to put that down. Now I got to pick it back up. But Gloria Swanson, I have her, Gloria Swanson. Oh my God. They were making $5,000 a week, $10,000 a week, and absolutely no income tax of which one? But this one carries the one we're doing now. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to have to pull my books out. Yeah, she was a good Canadian girl. And, I did touch on a little bit during my last, who was my last accident? Oh, William Desmond Taylor. I touched on her brother, Jack, who was a complete dope addict, and whatever. Look, everybody was back then. Jack Pitford. He was really handsome. But okay, so let's get back. Let me get back to this. So I am impressed with Truman Capote has laid out flawlessly, by the way, the killers and the family. And he does it all like he covers them. This book starts on Saturday morning. That's probably a good book, Carrie. The David Cassidy one's probably a good book. He lays them out pretty much the day of but all of their backstories, and he lays them out beautifully. And you can really tell which one of the killers he had more in common with. If you didn't watch the movie Capote, then you can tell that Perry is the one that he really connected to. Dick, not at all. Not at all. And you can tell this in the book. There's not a lot of backstory about Dick. There's not, it's not, you don't feel, hey, Rain Girl, hey, yay. You don't, at this point, I like Perry. I know what he's just done. Like I said, I'm got to 73 today where they have actually found the family dead. And I've just started words. I should have brought my reading glasses down. Hey, crazy nurse. Hey, Jeannie. I've just started right here where he's talking about Perry and them. This is after the murder. But he lays them out. That little Nancy, the clutter. The whole family, the little. I mean, I would, I'm reading them. I'm like, no, no, no. But I knew they were gonna die because that's what the book's about. And the way he's laid it out, it's so descriptive. And like, if y'all that just got here, I just said I had to, and I love this. I had to break out the dictionary or my phone to because there are words in there that I've never seen in my life. And I'm loving that because look, I love words. I know sometimes I don't use enough, and sometimes I use nasty ones. But when more than once, and I'm only 73 pages into it, I've had to break out the dictionary a couple times. I'm loving life, and I even have them written down. I keep it in my car. The list written down with a little definition. So I'm loving the way that Truman. Hey, Cindy. I'm loving the way that Truman Capote writes. It's so vivid, and you can see it, you can smell it. You know what I'm saying? You can get that in a book when you can see it and smell it. And the way he oscillates back and forth from family to the killers, and explaining their backstories and their current stuff like that. I mean, I'm mesmerized. You've been listening to the audiobook on YouTube. Yes. I forgot some stuff. It is a heartbreaking story. Hey, Colette. I was just saying, just today. So my husband didn't come home last night. He went on to work and slept. And so I really thought, you know what? I get to stretch out in this bed. I get to read, until I want to stop and not, because I'm bothering him. Here's what you want me to see what was happening at 10 o'clock? I'll show you. All right, you ready? Wait a minute. That's what happened. I had the book on my face, snoring into the book. So today, I don't like to put it down. I had no idea, crazy nurse. And I was telling people, if you watch Breakfast at Tiffany's, it is a very watered down version of the book that he wrote. And if you really want, hey, Jackie, you got him. It is a page turner, Carrie, because he get what's coming, but he takes his time getting you there. And with every page you're getting closer to, something like the murder, or actually the body's being discovered, and he takes his time, and I'm not mad at him because he doesn't waste your time when he's doing it. Is that good? He doesn't waste your time while he's doing it. Who just came in the house? Hold on. I forgot to invite. I always forget to invite. Y'all need to say I want to come up and talk. Somebody up there. I think my husband came in. What's going on up there? I got mad at him because I don't listen. Just a break for a second. I don't like pizza, right, of any kind. I don't like hot dogs. I can, if they're Nathan's hot dogs, I can bear with them, but not even then. Sorry. I'm not a big cheeseburger girl. And you think being as fat as I am, I wouldn't be so finicky, but I am. We're talking about, it's a fiction. Cindy, he wrote this about an actual murder of a family. And from two ex-convicts who I don't know right now how they got, or how Dick got their information and what he thought was going to be in the house. I mean, I guess cash, but I mean, the man, Mr. Clutter, that he killed was not a flashy man. Like he didn't, he wasn't rolling. I mean, he had a nice farm, but and this is Truman Capote got to know the murderers, and like again, you can tell he didn't like one of them very much because there's not a lot of detail, but the other one, and these people were ultimately, caught and hung for this. And like I said, I've never read a Truman Capote before, and you're not mad when he strings you along. You're not mad. You're like, all right, you trust him. I know a good murder mystery book, but this, I mean, Carrie, is a good book just because you know who killed them. You've met them before they've even killed the people. And you can really tell, like I said, you can really tell if you ever watch the movie Capote, you can tell the one that he did not care for at all. Hey, Miss Christie. So, I mean, anyway. Yeah, he went to the prison to interview him, but he did a couple of times. And to say that he was friends with Perry, who was one of the murderers, I don't know if it's friend. I think he developed a very soft spot for him. Perry just wanted to get, all Perry's life from boyhood on, he would send off for secret treasure maps, and he wanted to just go to Mexico and look for buried treasure and skin dive for sunken ships, and that's all he ever wanted to do. Unfortunately, his life went another way. And he, even after these murders, he really thought that that's what they were going to do, that him and Dick were going to go down to Mexico. They were going to buy a sailboat. Perry had been in the army, so he said, we can go to Japan, and was describing Japan. And Dick went along with it, but only because he thought that Perry was a natural born killer. That is a thing, a natural killer. Someone with no conscience. He thought he was the perfect person to take with him to kill these people to get their money. Cindy, yes. I'm live, so whatever you're doing, don't do it. He's in here. Hold on. Can you get that out?
How long has she been in here?
I don't know.
But which one is it?
It's Francis. Hold on. Sorry. Thank you. No, I was sitting here waiting to go live, and I heard this weird sound, and I thought, oh my God, something's leaking. And it was her licking herself.
She wants to come in with you.
She didn't come in with me. My door was open when I got down here. I'm sorry.
You're supposed to put that.
Well, I can't put it against the door when I'm inside the door. So there's that.
All right. Well, real quick, and I'll leave you alone. How long are you going to be? Because
about 30 more minutes.
All right. Well, I'll go cook your steak and baked potato and salad.
He's going to cook my steak, baked potato, and salad. That's good. I felt bad for him too. And like, people think that, and I'll put it up again. Oh man, I gotta do that too sometime, especially. Oh, a thick look. You gotta stay on top of it. It's like, I know with me, I have ADD, and I also know that I set up these little projects, right? Like the book clubs and stuff, and Saturday Night Murder Mysteries, and then we're going to go into Wallace Simpson and other. I set up these little projects for myself, and it ends up taking like time, a lot of time, a lot. But I'm interested in all of it, so it does. It's not like it, I'm not like down here. Oh, got to punch into YouTube. It's not like that. I love this book. I love this book. Uh, I love all my other books. So anyway, yeah, I like to read the book before I watch the movie. The only book that I think is ever in my mind met the expectations I have, a movie that met my expectations was Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I think if you read that book and then you watch that movie, it was damn right there. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only one that I can say from if I gave it from a 1 to a 10 on meeting the book's hype, I would give that one like a 9.5. And that's Clint Eastwood. He did an amazing job. Yeah, there you go. See, Crazy Nurse. It is nothing for me to be running here, doing 5 things at once, because one, you have to do it. I mean, it's like when you have multiple children and grandchildren. I'm all that. So yeah, I bet that was very. They was like made it easy. I get into certain things too. The last 2 days, I've been watching candy videos. Well, Cindy, I have a couple years ago, well, a long time ago, I got hit with depression. I got hit with a depression that lasted years, years. And I had a garden in my backyard, and I really loved doing that. I loved having my garden. But when this depression set in, and I don't think I even really realized that it had set in, I let the backyard just go nuts, right? I mean, I just didn't care. And so once I got put on like new medications and whatnot, I went up there and I said, I'm taking that damn backyard back. I'm taking it back. And we're gonna have a garden. Now damn it, we're gonna have a garden. And I did. And I mean, I moved brush. You cannot imagine the brush that I had to cut down and move. But I had my garden. Now the deer loved my garden. But this year I'm gonna have a damn garden again. I'm gonna have my garden. And if me and the deer got to come to blows, then me and the deer go have to come to blows, because I'm going to have it. Now, you talk about canning. I've never tried to can anything either. I thought about it, and I like you, I wondered how hard it would be. So I did watch a video. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Just start giving the food away all over the neighborhood, which I ended up doing. Because apparently I am exceptionally well at growing green beans, Blue Lake green beans, and they're kind of long and they're meaty. So everybody around me had tomatoes, cucumbers, squash. Uh, I wanted to do my own. I wanted to try to do my own salsa, so I had jalapenos, and then really hot jalapenos, and my Roma tomatoes to put in that. And it gets overwhelming, especially when you're trying to fight off deer. Not to mention, is it? See, look, I'm just scared I'm gonna blow shit up, Dorothy. I'm scared I'm gonna blow shit right up. And, but I love that garden, and I love going out there and deciding I want a salad, and go out there and get my own, tomatoes. Well, actually, I love tomatoes. Tomatoes, spring onions. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, I'm having that garden's going back in there, and I'm gonna put. I think the year that nothing bothered it, I went and got hair from the girl who does my hair. I got a bag of hair, put around it, and then I also put Irish Spring soap around it. So, and they didn't do. Hey, mom, pop room, how you doing from your trailer? So that'll be another journey y'all can come along with me. Well, at night, I mean, in the morning, we'll see what the damn deer ate. I freeze a lot of with the good intentions. So I am prone to breaking out into hives. And so, yeah, rabbits. See, they're real cute when I ain't got a garden. When I got a garden, they're assholes. So anyway, I'm prone to break out into hives for what reason we don't know. So the things that I have avoided all my life or told to avoid was canned foods, any canned food, avoid them. Mint, uh, shellfish. I'm eating me some shellfish. What is it? Oh, processed foods that are red or orange. What else? There's more stuff I got. So from then on, I've either bought it frozen or fresh. And all my vegetables are either frozen or fresh. I don't I don't touch a canned food. Oh, a can, right? So, and the fresher the better, obviously. But I tried to freeze like green beans, and it just didn't work out. I mean, I didn't like them. So I'd rather give them away. That's what I love more than anything. I love to run and give them away to my neighbors. They can't wait either. There's a little boy next door named Devin, and he's about, God, I think he's 8. He's the same age as my middle grandson, who's 10. Or is it my younger grandson that's 8? Anyway, him and his dad live next door. So I think this summer I'm going to get Devin to help me, and we can do math, and measuring and science and all that. I think that would be good. Yeah, thank you, Jeannie. I think it'll be fun. And my grandsons will come over too, obviously, but he just doesn't have the female presence that he needs. So I thought I'd get him over here, and me and him are going to figure out rows and what we're going to put in him, and he can help me with the weeding and the tending and all that. And I think, he can grow his own food. I think that'll be fun for him, I guess. They do, Cindy. Being my neighbor has its advantages. Yes, they see me run up the street with my shirt tucked in my underwear, but they also get fed in the summer. They get fed. Thank you for being my neighbor. Take some green beans, and thank you for not calling the police on me. I love zucchini. You know what deer love? Oh, I found this out. Okra. Okra grows like a hand, right? I don't know if y'all have ever seen. I love okra. And the deer love okra. I would come out to nibble little digits. So I'm going to fix it up. I can't let these people do this. Get a cactus to kill your weeds. Really? Now I know deer don't like chives, and they don't like really hot peppers. So there's our city cemetery. It's been there for 300 years. They have antique roses. And by antique means they were brought over from England. They're antique. They're not hybrids. Most of them are not hybrids. There's one that I got called Nymph's Blushing Thigh. I got 7 sisters out here, which when they own that thing is a climber, and it only blooms in the springtime, but it's 7 different colors of pink. And it's beautiful. But they are around there. Hey, Ken Sing, how are you, love? They plant the chives around them. And I love marigolds. I'm gonna have to do all I gotta do. Listen, the deer hate the damn chives, and I learned from experience they hate hot peppers. They're gonna hate them. So I gotta, I'm gonna have to figure out. I might put a little fence around it, like those cheap. Well, ain't nothing cheap anymore, but the ones, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out because I get too much enjoyment out of it just to say, I'm not gonna do it because of the deer. But anyway, that's it. Well, I'm gonna have to get marigolds though, and they don't they come back? Don't marigolds come back? Only plant my deer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Christy, my deers didn't eat them either. Hey, free side. How are you, love? My deer did not like the jalapenos, but he loved my damn tomatoes. I'll tell you that fat bastard. And my okra. And then I had, what did I have? I had some kind of watermelon. It was like a little watermelon. The hell was that? They ate the shit out of that. Always look pitiful. Yeah. Obviously, I'm in Virginia, so I'm in that. I'm in that furnace. But not a lot of humidity. Hate to tell you, but deer get desperate and they won't eat. Well, what is that thing that you put over there? Like, I was thought about putting one over here that's just like a grow garden that is just every seed I don't need, over there so they can eat over there and not worry about mine. That's what people have told me to do, and I'm like, we're gonna have listen. I guess this is gonna have to be a gardening. We're gonna have to do a garden stream. Let's do a garden stream. Everybody, I love this is what I love is that when I used to live in a duplex, right? I could do I used to love to do the tomato plant, and we got two of them, and then a cucumber. It was all on my deck, and nothing could get to it. And when I bought this house, I realized they could get to anything. I can grow anything. God, squirrel day. Grab the shovel and seeds. I know. I just got my burpee seed catalog, and I'm not bougie though. I'll go to Lowe's and get that. I'm good. I don't need no bougie. I don't need no bougie ass seeds. Just water I want. And I love squash, so um garlic onions. I'm gonna write this stuff down. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just have a whole barrier of peppers, marigolds, mint, because I hate a damn. And I miss my dog. My little dog Lola, and I had my big dog Lucy that I had forever, and she was my black lab, and I loved her so much. And then we got little Lola, who was a little mutt dog. And Lola, when me and her would go back into the back, she would run up and down the for some reason she would run up and down the garden rows, and I thought, thank God, because if there's a snake over there, this fat woman's going down. I will faint right in the. Oh, I'll tell y'all this story. We're not talking about this book at all, but anyway. So years and years and years ago, I had broken the soil. I had gotten it ready, right? I'd gotten the everything ready to plant. Oh, thank you, Gene. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. So I reached in. So my husband had an injury, right? I can't remember what he injured. So I reached into our where we keep our medicines, and I grabbed my blood pressure medicine, and I had a horrible headache. So I took two of them. Well, I went outside and I got in that garden, and I got down in the garden sitting, and I started doing my little finger, right, and poking. And then I went to sleep in the garden, during the middle of the day. And no one in this house at the time, I had three children that lived here, noticed or cared that I was in the garden asleep. And what I had done was erroneously taken my husband's pain pills that looked a lot like mine. And I'd always tell him, don't put your stuff near mine because. And so when they started to grow, apparently I'd been at it for a while, because there was a spot where nothing grew, but all around it were squash, cucumber. I don't know what I put in there. Oh, the headache went away. The headache went away. But there was like, it's almost like, the chalk outlines. It was almost that when they started to spring up. That was not a good day. That was not a good day. Nobody came to get me. Nobody cared. Just mom out there in the yard and dirt, because that's what it was then. Dirt. Taking a nap, a dirt nap. Nah, how about that? But yeah, Becky, I had no headache. So now we have everybody's medications, and mine and his are all like, keep yours over there. Don't come over here. Oh God. I'm telling you right now, Kansing, if I do that again, I'd be dead out there. I'd be dead if that ever happened. If he ever got anything more powerful than, I think it was just like Tylenol 2. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. It knocked my ass out. I was snoozing. And then I like came in. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I just got so tired. Oh, nobody came and got me. It's like the time we went to the beach. Okay, here's another time. This is why I have to keep myself like on guard. We went to the beach, right? And I go to sleep. Every time we go to sleep, it takes about an hour and I'm gone. I'm asleep. I'm in the front seat, head against the door window. So I wake up, right? And everybody, we're on the road, right? And I'm looking around and I see all these like Egg McMuffin papers, right? And I said, did you go to, hey, Sin Love, I love you. I said, did you go to McDonald's? He went, yeah. And I said, did you get me anything? And he said, yeah. And then Vaughn started talking about, he said, yeah, I had to pee so bad, blah, blah, blah. And I went, did y'all leave me in the car? And Chris went, yeah. But everybody was taking turns watching you. They left me asleep in a car in the middle of North Carolina. Do y'all see now why I gotta be on my P's and Q's? Housebroken, he has a job. I can't do I don't know when it's carried. I took my husband's blood pressure once by mistake. Yeah, Miss Christie, that's why he can't keep him near me. I can't. He'll end up taking mine by mistake. He doesn't read anything. So that's what it is. I have to be on my P's and Q's. But back to this. Carrie, why have I got you pinned? We'll pin. Welcome to my life. Vicky said, welcome to my life. So how many of you are actually reading the book? That's what I just want to know. Actually, or listening. Because it is available for free on YouTube. Carrie went out this weekend and started doing shots on New Year's Eve, on St. Patrick's Day. It's a wonder she's up. I remember as a young woman, everyone partying at the beach, and that one friend. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I wanted to stay on. Now they have those wheelchairs with the singing tires. Your husband is that right? Mine didn't either. All right, he didn't read nothing. You can send him to the store for something, and he's coming back with something wholly different because one, he won't listen when he told you, and when you told him what to get, and two, he just grabs it. I got to start like school until the last minute. Like, wait till the last minute. I always think you see them, Miss Jeannie. I think that I always am under the assumption that I do things better under pressure. I don't. but I like to think I do, and that's why I will procrastinate on some stuff. Only thing about yeah, I guess it would be impossible to have Truman Capote do it. Thank you, Can Sing, very much. Thank you. I think before the meet and greet, I might get, I don't know, a couple inches cut off. I need to have my roots done, but that's my girl can't get me in. You having stew? Are you having the beef stew tonight? I love beef stew. Tomorrow I'm doing shepherd's pie. It's a family favorite, so it's relatively cheap. Nowadays, you have to be cheap, but it's good. God, I love it. I gotta. So my mom had this thing, and I know y'all probably had it. It's called tater tot casserole. It's much like cottage pie, but it's the hamburger and cream of mushroom soup in that, and then you put the tater tots on top, and you brown the beef, put it in the pan, mushroom cream of mushroom soup, tater tots, and you put it in the oven for the amount of time that it takes the tater tots to cook. So like 425 for 25 minutes. Hey, Krabby McCrab face. Yes, Krabby, who just died. And then when it's done, you put cheese on it and put it back in for a minute. We got so sick of that shit. I used to make because it was so cheap to make and it was so quick. But now I got everybody on. You never read the book, but you know what, Krabby? The audiobook is on YouTube for free. Did you know that? My roots are so bad. My bad. Well, here's the thing. All right, so people are I've got these natural occurring highlights in my hair that. All right, hold on. Everything I'm doing here is opposite. Okay, so you see this right here, that right, that's gray hair, and down here it's blonde hair, and it's the same thing right here. That's gray hair that goes all the way up. So, oh, the mac and cheese, Miss Christy, yes. All right, so here's what I'm going to do with that. And it's going to be this week too. I found another recipe. All right, where instead of using half and half or regular cream, they used condensed milk. So the family's going to participate. I'm going to have one tray, one pan. Oh, Krabby McCrab, thank you. I love you, baby. I'm going to do one pan the way I do it with the half and half and or cream, but I usually use half and half. And then I'm going to do the one with the condensed milk, and I'm going to see which one they like better. That's a plan. And they're quite excited about those. So, and then when we get to North Carolina on Thursday night, Savages they're grabbing steaks. I'm going to do probably macaroni and cheese and maybe another pasta salad. I don't really know. It's all on my Shannon Cooks. It might be that pasta salad with Newman's Own in it. I don't know. I'll do something. So, yeah. For milk and gravy. See, it never occurred to me to use evaporated milk for anything unless it was in a recipe for like a dessert or something. Never occurred to me to use evaporated milk. So I can't wait to figure out. I can't wait for them to see, see if there's a difference or if they, we're going to do that one pan versus pan, and they won't know which one. Heck, I probably won't know which one. I'll just keep everything left and right. I guess I won't. Bitter cold winter. Hey, Sage, how are you, love? How are you? I was gonna say we could talk about this week's trauma and drama, but I just think everything has been said, so I'm not gonna do it. I rarely use evaporate. I don't know, Cindy. That's what I'm saying. It never occurred to me. Wish I could go. Oh, I wish you could come, Carrie, so badly. I wish everybody could. Yeah, so I don't use. I've never, like I said, rarely. So I'm going to incorporate it in my cooking. And then I got some more stuff to cook for Shannon Cooks. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to be non-drama based. I'd rather not be drama based. I'd rather not even talk about the drama. Um, I'd rather just have fun or be interested or whatever. And I just don't like it. But I mean, I've seen some stuff today. I just don't. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm embarrassed. I know, crazy nurse, always out there being a hero. I hope you have a very good night at work, though. I pray you have a slow night. I wish I could meet y'all. Miss Christie, I know. Well, we talked, what did we say? We're gonna every year we'll move it like further and further away from the East Coast. At least, I go up, I might go down. And eventually we're just gonna start going over that way. God willing, you lovely people seem to have we're too lucky that we're too lucky to have you is what it is. We probably don't deserve you, but you know, I get to see my friends, man. I haven't I saw Pirate when I went to Cincinnati, and I haven't been in the same room with Savage since 2 years ago, or Val. And so we're gonna get, because we really are friends. I mean, if I just pick my best friends, they're in there. They're absolutely. I talk to them more than I talk to anybody. Some days, yeah, all 50 states, Christy. We'll be 112, but we're just getting together all 50 states. But I don't know. I just get to sit and be quiet with them, and nobody makes me laugh more than those three people. Nobody makes me laugh like that. Looking forward to it. I can't wait. Squirrel. Yeah, and I can tell you this. I can tell you this. I'm done with. Yes, Squirrel Gang. Listen, you got to leave it behind. I have done. I have actually done streams on grief. Everybody's got different grief. It's going to last how long it's going to last. Um, I personally have never gone to a grief counselor. I probably should have. I probably still should, but I haven't, because I cannot tell you that at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, when I have an appointment with the grief counselor, that I'm going to want to talk about it. Probably not going to want to talk about it. Probably won't talk about it. I understand the importance of getting the grief out of your body, either with your hand in writing or your mouth, and letting it out is very important. I understand that. I get it. But everybody's going to grieve differently, and it's going to, it's going to take X amount of time or not. But there comes a time when you are doing the soul that you miss you're doing them no service by continuing to grieve them. It's not what they want. It's not what they want from the beginning. It's not what they want. And I can only speak for me. I wasn't living my life. I wasn't. Jeannie, I love you. Thank you. Hey, warrior grandma. Or was it not? I tell people. Yeah, you get through it, not over. That's very true. Your life does not get, the pain doesn't get better. It gets bearable. That's all. It just gets bearable, but it's not something you have to drag around every single day. And every time that you feel like you're having a great day, you're not, oh shit, oh no, I've had a good day, I'm forgetting him. I'm forgetting her. I'm moving on. Oh no, because there's grief in that. When you do that, you. And we can talk about this all day. When you start living your life again, you feel guilt because you think, "Oh no, I've left him behind." Never. You never leave him behind. Never. And it's a very hard transition to make, but when you're ready to make it, it's not a hard transition to make. It's easy because your children, your husband, your parents, whatever, do not want you grieving over them. They don't like it at all. They don't like it. Yeah, you get survivor's guilt. It's a lot of things that happen. Um, and it's just would have been oh, but see, Christy, I mean, you know, they don't want you to. They don't want you crying and grieving and not living your life. They want you to live it, and they're happy. Um, and you're not leaving anything. Oh, it does, crazy nurse. I've said it. Listen, your DNA changes. Your fucking DNA changes. You are angry at God and all he does not represent, you think. The ground beneath you is no longer solid. You realize it can open up at any minute. So you run around and you don't trust nothing and nobody for a while, and you mad. And God lets you do that. He lets you just sit there and say he's not there, cuss him out, whatever. He just sits there. And then as long as it takes, you realize that the world probably isn't going, the floor, the ground behind under you is probably not going to open up. But you now know it's possible. When you lose a child, you now know it's possible for your DNA to change. Your DNA changes, and everything changes. Yeah, it's hard, but yeah, I mean that's the only way I can describe it to people is your DNA. It's like nothing makes sense anymore. It is not. I mean, me and God had some go rounds for a long time. um, we really did. More one sided, I guess, but we got through it, didn't we? We got through it, me and him. Um, yeah, so let that out. Please let that grief out. Please come see us and laugh and have fun and be appreciated and hugged on and all that because I will. I will do it. Um, and enjoy yourself. Yeah, it can help carry, but when you're so mad, oh God, I was so mad. I don't want to hear it. My grandmother, God love her, who's never missed a day of church, a week of church, would try to get me to come to church, and I was like, hell no. Well, that's it, crazy nurse. I have asked why. When I said this the other day, when people say God doesn't give you more than you can stand, that's a damn lie. He does. He does it every day, and he does it to people every day. Think about let's think about right now. I'm just saying, think about the earthquake in Turkey, and it's winter there, and these people are dead, and they're dying, and they don't have anywhere to live, and it's freezing outside. Do you think God said, "Oh, you know what? All y'all are fine. You know what? I'm gonna make y'all can handle it. I'm gonna throw it over here on you, Turkey, because you can handle it. America wouldn't be able to handle it. Yeah, I'm just gonna that don't make no damn sense. He gives people more than they can stand every damn day. But when you live through it, you think, okay, what I remember thinking, all right, well, what next? What are you gonna do next? Hit me with your best shot, hit me. I, and you become, hey Laura Lee, you become somebody's hand to hold. When somebody can look at you and say, I've been where you are, I've been exactly where you are, you're gonna be okay. Doesn't feel like it, won't be anytime soon, but you will. And they really look at you in your face, and tell you that. And you think, okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, it's, when you do the part where you don't understand why, I see why he picked me. And I'm like Crazy Nurse and others. I'll be able to look at. I mean, I have been able to meet people in my. They were right in my shoes and say, "I'm here. I know how you feel. I've been where you are. You will be okay. You will be okay. It will be different. Your okay will be different now, but you will be okay." You know, I think. I don't know. I don't know. We done got all on grief. What is wrong with us? We're supposed to be talking about Truman Capote's. Well, here's the thing, Crazy Nurse, and you probably people would say, or they still say, "Oh, I would just die. I would just. Oh, if that happened to me, I'd just die. If I lost a child, I'd just die." No, you wouldn't die. You wish you would. You pray you would, but you don't get that option. Hey, Kathy, you don't get the option because it doesn't kill you. That's the thing. It doesn't kill you. You want it to. Every night you like, I can't do this another day. I can't do this another day. I can't do this another day. And you might do that for damn 2 years. But no, you can't. And like I said, you want to. You pray for it, but God ain't answering prayers at that point. He is not listening to you. He's like, I'm not mean. No, you mean to me. I'm not talking to you. Yeah, you're frozen. It is. It's. I can remember every step in this process. And I've shared it before. I will never share it again, my process and what happened, because it has been you weaponized against me for no reason at all, because people aren't smart enough to think of something else to go for. But when I did share it, back way 100 years ago, I had a lot of people in my inbox going, "Me too. I've lost a child too. I've lost, whatever." And they didn't feel like they could talk about it because they knew the way the community was. It's true. It's true. I mean, I don't want to, but yeah. And see, Crazy Nurses is newer, you don't want to breathe. It ain't that you can't, you don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to move. You don't want to hear anything. Time doesn't pass, it stays absolutely still. It won't pass. 100% all the time. How are you? Time does not pass. It just stops. I remember going, let's see, leaving the hospital for a minute. And on the way home, it was morning time. It was early morning, and I saw people on the roads, and I saw people in the McDonald's drive-through, and I saw people, and I wanted to get out of my car and stand in the middle of the street and go, "Do you realize what's happened, people? The Earth stopped moving an hour ago. It stopped fucking moving. Where are you going? Go home." Because the world just stopped. Don't you know? Kept going. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, no. You didn't got me? Hold on. I'm blubbering. Anyway, and my dad, when my sister died of cancer, and when my best friend died of leukemia within 6 months of each other, I remember thinking, well, I mean, what now? In the night 2012 is too. I mean, it's it stopped turning. Yeah, exactly, crazy. That's what you want to scream. Do you understand? My world just fucking stopped. All right, the ground beneath me is no longer stable. I don't trust the air. I don't trust the sky. I don't trust anything. God has just fucked me over. Excuse me. And nobody listens because they're getting ready to go to work or they want their egg McMuffin and guess what? The world did not stop turning. It just did in my house, you know. And that's why I mean I know that it's like talking about grief is probably important because look at us now. But it's a weapon on here. It's a weapon. It's absolutely a weapon. Hello, Alan. It's a weapon that people use against you. And I've had it, used on me too much. I'm not gonna make that anybody's thing. But anyway, so squirrel, you coming, baby. And I'm gonna go because I done got verklempt. And but I'm glad that we had this conversation. We need to have it again, perhaps. And I don't know how to do it unless we did it members only. I don't know. We could discuss this because it's important that you know people around you love you and care about you, and it's important that you know that people around you have felt or are feeling the same things that you are, and that you're not, you know, you're not the only one. I love you, crazy nurse. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Liz, how are you doing, baby? I'm sorry. Yeah, we didn't talk about the book very much, but we will the next time. Probably won't be able to do the book club next week because I'll be driving back home from North Carolina. But if I get home in time, I sure will fire one up, and I'll probably fire up a live stream a couple times this week, maybe just to talk about general stuff and see how everybody's doing. A little mental health check, right? A little mental health check. Yes, slowly it is, but you will live through it. You don't want to, but you will. I love you too, Warrior Grandma. I love you all. Thank y'all for coming in. Uh, like again, here's the book if you want to read it. It's really good. Um, and I will definitely see you this week sometime. Sometime. All right. I want everybody to be safe. And I love you very much. And I appreciate you very, very much. So I'll see y'all sometime this week. Okay. I love you.